Salutations from Wizard Studios. I am the Wizard. We have another news episode coming to you. Let's get right into it. First up, Urijah Faber says he's not afraid to take fight amid outbreak, says cash is king right now, and this might be a good opportunity to snap up some cash. So, Urijah Faber, and this is what most of the fighters are thinking, okay? Like, we don't know how long this is going to go on. So, if we have an opportunity to get a fight, especially, the UFC 249 card, that's the first one coming up, they're going to take it. Like, 90% of them are going to take that opportunity. So, I don't understand why most of these media members are acting like, they're so surprised. Or they're bashing, the UFC or these guys for doing that. So, I really, if the UFC can do it and do it right, I think that this is a good opportunity for these fighters to provide for their families. If they can do it correctly. So, Urijah Faber is absolutely correct. This is a great opportunity to snap up some cash. Moving forward. Irene Aldana is open to fighting Holm or Durandamy next. Says if the UFC wants her to wait for Amanda to defend her 145-pound belt and fight her next, she will do that. Says it will be awesome to be the first 100% Mexican fighter to win UFC gold. Now, Aldana is awesome. Like, her boxing is so crisp, and she has real power. We saw that in her last performance. So I think she should be the next at 135. I don't think she should have to fight again, but with this outbreak, we don't know how long it's going to be. So I think she might have to fight again. So I would like her to fight. The tougher matchup would be Durandamy right now, I believe. So let's see, if that has any weight to it, that would be a really good fight, a fun fight, and I guess that would be a real challenge on the feet, Yeah, I think that Durandamy would be, because Aldana, we see the real power she carries, and I don't want Holly Holm to go through that again. So I think that Durandamy would be a real fun and exciting matchup for Aldana next. Moving forward, Dominic Reyes says the quarantine helps him with the yawn problem. Says rematch with Jones is the right fight and the money fight. So I think that Dominic is really onto something here. The right fight and the money fight. So you think about that. The right fight. So Jan is really the only other contestant right now. So that's the only guy. So he's got to scream louder than Jan. Jan really doesn't do much talking. So he's doing that. He's doing that. He's taking care of that. We're in a little bit of a lull right now, and he is talking. So there you go. And the money fight. Any fight with Jon Jones is going to bring some cash. He knows that. If he does this talking, it's going to bring more cash. He's going to make it a money fight. So therefore, you have the right fight and the money fight. Dominic Reyes is totally right in this scenario. That's the Wizards' take on that. Artem wants Conor to fight for the belt next, not Gaethje. Says there is always going to be someone talking, but when you're in Conor's position, you don't need to prove anything. Now, Artem is trying to stick up for his friend here, and so you got to remember that in this, type of scenario. But also, he's kind of right. Like, Conor doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. We all know that he's the best striker in the 155-pound division, maybe in all of the UFC. There's a few people that might have something to say about that, but Conor is very capable. Okay, so we all know how good Conor McGregor is. Now, does he deserve to fight Khabib next? Khabib really put it on him in the last time. Like, we all remember that. The last time they fought, Conor won a round now, but Khabib was pretty dominant. Now, I say if Conor gets through Justin Gaethje, then there is no more argument, right? No more argument. No conversation whatsoever. I mean, Conor already does not have to do it. He's Conor McGregor, biggest draw in the sport. He can do what he wants. But if he doesn't want to hear the voices, then he can fight Gaethje and silence everyone. That's it. That's it. James Vick says he's never lost to a guy not in the top 10. Not counting the up kick, though. You got to remember that one. Says he's still on the roster despite losing Skid, and he's in shape after going to Thailand in a camp. So I think James Vick is trying to say, hey, remember me for this 249 card. We all remember, the up kick and how devastating that was. He was on a great run now. James Vick was getting talked about to get in that upper echelon where Gaethje, Conor, all of those guys are. But then he hit a wall, okay? So now he's in a different weight class. What is James Vick going to do in his next performance? That's what the real, question is. He has to perform or else he's going to be out of there. He's on the roster still, and that was because he was on one heck of a run before this skid. I think that's the only thing saving him. Has to be, right? So, when you think about this, he has to go out there. He has to win, we all know that, but he also has to perform. So this 249 card, if it happens, is a perfect opportunity for James Vick. So the Ashlee EvansSmith stealing accusations. Now, this is dumb. I cannot believe she did this. So Ashlee EvansSmith, she has stolen medical supplies from this woman's porch. I do not know the woman, but it is absolutely the worst thing that you could do right now, because her excuse is that she did not know it was medical supplies. She thought it went with what she was getting for free from this woman, but she makes it seem like it's some closed box. But when you see the video, it's clearly an open box, and you can tell it's medical supplies in there. So you're like, come on, man, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is the worst thing you could be doing right now. And so I'm just I felt bad for Ashlee EvansSmith a few days ago because she was supposed to fight on the London card. But now I'm just like, come on, really? So, yeah, just make better decisions, please. Man, why is it so hard for Ryan Hall to find fights? So, Ryan Hall has been, you know, without a fight forever. And you just like, when is this guy going to get, you know, get a match? You have to feel bad for him sometimes. But then you have to think, like I've said before, he turns down fights all the time. You know, he's like, well, they're chumps. Well, hey, you win enough of them, you know. Just because they're below you in the rankings doesn't necessarily mean they're a chump. It's just, he paints it as a different picture. It's not, I guess it's not black and white. It's just the easiest way I can put it. It's not this narrative that Ryan Hall makes it out to be, because not every fighter that he's offered is a chump. That's just it. So, yeah, it wouldn't be so hard for Ryan Hall to find fights if he just took a few more of them. So, Dana White says he's not laying off any UFC employees right now. And I do not know if he will be able to keep that promise. So, I believe he's kept it so far. A lot of people are like, well, what about so-and-so and so-and-so? I believe they were on the other side of Endeavor, every employee that's been let go so far. So, but nobody knows how long the current situation is going to last. So, I don't know why he wants to come out and make these bold claims. If I was Dana White, I just wouldn't say anything about it. You know, I wouldn't even bring it up. Or if you were even asked if you've laid off anybody right now, you know, you just gotta say it's a tough time, and you know, we have to do what we have to do. That's all you can, you know, just whatever. You know, don't say that you're not going to lay off anyone, because that seems a little unrealistic to me. I don't know, it just seems like he could have chose better words than that. Seems really unreasonable. Yeah, leave it at that. So this is good. Oscar De La Hoya donated $250,000 to the Advent Hospital in Los Angeles, I believe, and has challenged Floyd and Dana White to a push-up challenge, and says the loser has to donate more money. Now, how cool is Oscar De La Hoya? You know, he gets a lot of flack. You know, I know he may have whatever problems, but this is a pretty cool stance, you know, donating money like this and push-up challenge or whatever. So, yeah, I'd like to see a video from Floyd and Dana doing some push-ups. And, yeah, then maybe a little video of Oscar trying to beat their number. And the winner, you know, doesn't have to donate more money than them or whatever. Oscar's already donated $250,000. That's a good chunk of change, and in this time can get a lot of ventilators, because I know that, man, there is a big shortage of those or whatever. So yeah, that money, it could be well used, is all I'm saying. Good job by Oscar De La Hoya. I know that his name gets dragged through the mud in MMA, but really good job by him. So, cool dude. So this is really weird. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but Russia bans traveling across the border during this current situation. So, but what Khabib did is post a little video of like him running over a hill, I guess is the border or whatever, in Dagestan. So that was funny. But yeah, I do not know if Khabib can get special treatment or not. You may think that he can. I don't know. He is thought to be, you know, the biggest Muslim athlete, you know, in the world, you know, the most famous. So you have to wonder, how is this going to affect the UFC 249 card? I don't know. I don't really want to think about it because I get frustrated, but man, I mean, it's just another layer on top of it. Another layer. We'll see. We'll see. Joe Rogan had a take on the Khabib Tony situation, and he actually said that they should do it on a battleship. And I was like, what? And he was like, he told Dana White that they should do it on a battleship. And I'm thinking, could that be possible? One. And two, you now you got to think, you have to bring Khabib from Russia to the battleship. How are you going to do that? That's another layer. So the battleship thing is maybe a good for the quarantine part, but and the international waters thing, so they don't have to abide by certain government's rules to the quarantine or whatever. But yeah, it's the battleship. The battleship might be the best idea yet, but we still have to remember that Dana has 5 locations. Maybe the battleship is one of those. So there's just so many aspects of this card, and I don't even know how many fights are going to be on it, but maybe the battleship will be the saving aspect of it, you know? Maybe. But anyways, if you like the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more MMA content, and we will see you in the next video.